Hoi allemaal, welcome terug op mijn kanaal. Here we are, going into tutorial number 5 of the palette focus of the not Utopian Dream, wow. Sunlit Seduction by Pat McGrath. Allergies, it's kicking in pretty well. And it's raining today, so I figured we'd get into a little bit spirit of some Sunlit Seduction. Not too sure what I'm going to do today, as usual. But for the most part, we are going to go ahead and prime the eyes with the Pro Filter Eyeshadow Primer by Fenty Beauty. I still cannot believe, like, I think this is like it for this. Man, this lasted me quite a bit, to be quite honest. Quite surprised. But thank goodness I have 2 more backups, just in case. So far, this palette is looking a little redundant, not gonna lie. But I am always curious to see how far I could get with this, as far as being creative, doing things new. Just doing my best to be as spontaneous and creative as always with these palettes, and just going with the vibe. But I think for the most part, I hope these guys look like at least twins, no, cousins, and I can barely breathe. But for the most part, we'll go strong with this. And I think for the most part, I do want to begin with the shade Nude Rose. I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush and tap into that Nude Rose and kind of just buff it out. This is gonna be our crease color-ish, kind of, sort of, type of thing. But it's gonna be the moment, that is for sure. So it is my goal to at least get up to 12 tutorials with this, and then see where we go from there. But for the most part, yeah, depending on the brush, it really gives the different types of finish you want. Obviously this is more for blush, so this is going to be giving more of a blown out, which I love. I don't know why I'm going through this phase. It's probably because I have hooded eyes, but for the most part, yes. Nude Rose, oh, gorgeous. Now, I actually want to go in with a little bit more of this type of a brush, and I'm gonna dip into Sienna Mystique. And then we're just gonna use it to actually start deepening up the crease with this one. And I think one of the biggest things I love about Pat McGrath is that it is so easy to layer the eyeshadows, and they just build upon each other without that much of an issue, especially while using an eyeshadow primer. The only time I ever really use concealer for primer is if I forgot it, to be quite honest. But besides that, eyeshadow primer all the way. It's actually nice because this goes red, where this looks more of like a sienna. Hence, Sienna Mystique. But yeah, just get it right up in there, right up in there. Oh my God. And I gotta make sure I blow my nose before I put on my foundation, so I don't have to. The struggle's real right now. Allergies are full effect for winter. Oh, it's just so annoying. Sucks getting old, y'all. I'm going in with a fluffy brush just to really get into the crease. Perfect. This is such Valentine vibes right now, and Barbie. Pink. I saw Mattel capitalize on pink for Barbie. Gotta give it to them for that. But I really, ooh, this is actually really nice. I should do an all matte series actually soon. There we go. See how that just really deepens on its own? Gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't know if I want to go into Hypnotic Bronze or Copper Dawn next. Let's do Hypnotic Bronze. I don't even think I've used that one yet. But that's where we are at. All right, Hypnotic Bronze. Oh, such a beautiful color. Huh. Just like all the other bronzes, obviously. Nothing really special with this one. Ach, jammer. But I'm gonna leave the outer corner without it because that is where the Extreme Vermilion Dusk will go. And I want it to be able to pop. Oh yeah, this is an okay color. It's not like, oh my god. Oh my god, I mean, it's another bronze. Just like all the other bronzes that Pat McGrath has come out with. And I think in the inner corner, we'll do Astral Gilded Aura. Just to give it a hint of a little spark. Ooh, that is actually, this is so nice. Astral Gilded Aura. Oh my god. That is gorgeous. I think this on, did I do this on top of Copper Dawn? I don't remember. But this does blend pretty well. And I will take a little bit on my finger and use it as a brow highlight. Oh my word, y'all. Y'all, that's sparkly. Ooh, that is really nice actually. Taking that. Now with the liner brush, we're gonna go into Vermilion Dusk. Extreme Vermilion Dusk. Obviously for the corner. I wish there was like a deeper brown. I think a deep brown would have been really... like a deep warm brown would have been really nice with this palette. Oh man. Because I do feel like with this one, it just gives it way too much of a warm. Unless that's the vibe that obviously that was the vibe they were going for, but still, man. Or Extreme Aubergine would have been, ooh, Extreme Aubergine with this color story would have been amazing. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and get the fluffy brush and just begin to smoke it out. So with the Copper Dawn, the Extreme Vermilion Dust really doesn't pop out as much as compared to the, compared to the other ones that I've used it for. So, I mean, you could almost use Copper Dawn as a liner too. If you wanted to switch it up a little bit. Do Copper Dawn. No, sorry, Hypnotic Bronze as kind of like the outskirts of the, ooh, maybe that'll be the next one. See how deep it gets. But this is basically the look. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Yeah, that Hypnotic Bronze really doesn't pop out. Sad to say. It's all right. This is definitely one of those shades that would be a one and done, but it wouldn't do anything for my eyes. So I don't know if I would do a tutorial. No, I will do a tutorial just to see what it looks like. especially for my chocolate-eyed people out here. So, Extreme Vermilion Dusk. I do feel like this is one of those shades I really need to be careful with because it could make me look sick potentially. But I am getting, we're only on 5 and I'm already getting bored with this palette because they all seem to come out pinky, warm toned type of looks no matter what. Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face. I'm going to continue using the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation with this series, maybe. Or should I use? I think I'm gonna continue using the Dior and 4N for this series, and maybe save the NARS Light Reflecting for something else. Maybe I should do a full face of NARS pretty soon once I get some more things. We shall see. But for the most part, very easy, very demure, very warm and pink. Shocking. But for the most part, I do think that Extreme Aubergine from Bronze Seduction, oh, that would have made this palette so much more, like, amazing. So I'm gonna go and do the rest of my face, and then you guys will see the final look in a moment. This actually blends into that hypnotic bronze like effortlessly. Okay, all right. Take back what I said. Maybe. We will see. All right, let me go do the rest of my face, and I will be back with the final look. All right, so this is the final look, tutorial number 5, Sunlit Seduction. Now that everything is on, my dark circles I slightly eliminated. I do like this look actually, with the hypnotic bronze. It's very, you know what this is kind of reminding me of? I'll put it here, is the, what is it, Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Beautyverse palette for holiday 2024. It's November. This is when this video is being made right now. But yeah, really nice. It's giving me the vibes of that palette, but I'm pretty sure they're completely different. I may or may not get it. I don't need it anymore. I really need to stop. But for the most part, she's cute. Under eyes, obviously for color correcting, is the Flash Luminizer in 003 by Dior. Charlotte Tilbury's Vanish color correcting in number 2, medium. I actually dipped back into the Becca BA Light, and I went ahead and did the, I think it's the brightening powder and blurring powder. I think they're both the same. They look like they're both the same to me. So I did this under my eyes, under the concealer, and on top of the concealer. This one all over the face. Bronzer is actually, no, actually highlighter is Opal by Becca. Bronzer is Airbrush Flawless Bronzer in 310. And for blush, I actually went it to the Blush with Light. And I went it with Snapdragon, which is actually really nice. I completely forgot about these. Becca, oh man, Becca was, I mean, obviously due to COVID, due to some influencers and stuff like that, but Becca really came around. I remember when I first stumbled upon Becca when I was in Bellevue, looking at, well, at the time, to buy my last palette, eyeshadow palette, which was the Kat Von D Metal Mattes eyeshadow palette for that holiday. That was supposed to be my last palette I bought, obviously. I stuck to it. Not really. I have not. I think I swatched that palette once and it was just a blue shade. But Becca really had the liquid highlighter, cream highlighter, their pressed, was it pressed pearl, pressed something type of highlighter, which I have 6 of those. and I still love those. And their blushes were so pigmented. Depending on the type of brush you use, it really creates effort. Like, it melts into the skin, so it makes it look like it's part of your skin, which is really nice. Dior foundation and Forever Glow and 4N, and lips is just Opulous Gloss by Pat McGrath. And as usual, go to my Instagram page to see the final edits. But yeah, tutorial number 5. Definitely got a few more to go. Diving more into this palette, I really want to see if this could really get away from just consistently being this redundant, this pinky, this warm. I mean, it's always going to be like this. But I am curious of adding the Extreme Aubergine from my knockoff Seduction palette that I have from Bad Habit. So I need to take pictures because my nose is about to start dripping and I need to blow it so bad. I'll see you guys next video.